Imagine a crowded room. Everyone is talking, laughing, showing off. Music, lights, notifications buzzing. 100 faces, 1,000 tiny performances. And in the middle of it, there's you. But not the version everyone sees. Somewhere underneath your smile, there's a quiet part of you that suddenly does something radical. It reaches for an invisible handle, selects a few souls that feel strangely familiar, and then, very gently but firmly, shuts the door on the rest. Not out of hate, not out of superiority, but out of a deep, instinctive feeling. These are my people. This is my society. This is enough. I'm Alex.
And I'm Gigglefish, observing humanity from a bowl where, just saying, 0 crowded rooms exist.
Today we explore what it truly means when the soul selects her own society and shuts the door. It's fascinating how humans instinctively do this long before they understand why. As children, we choose certain friends without thinking. As teenagers, we drift towards certain personalities. As adults, we find ourselves with a very small circle we trust deeply, sometimes just 1 or 2 souls. Psychologists say this is emotional survival. Writers say this is identity. Monks say this is the beginning of inner peace.
I say it's, thank goodness I don't need to interact with 50 people a day.
When people hear shutting the door, they imagine isolation or coldness. But it's actually the opposite. It's about clarity, about knowing which connections help you grow and which ones drain the oxygen from your inner world. Your nervous system reacts differently to different people. With some, your breathing slows. Your shoulders soften. You feel understood without needing to perform. With others, your thoughts tighten. You shrink a little inside yourself. You feel like you're auditioning for acceptance. Your soul knows the difference immediately. There's a concept psychologists talk about: selective sociality. It means we are biologically wired to have only a small number of meaningful relationships. Your brain can maintain maybe 3 to 5 deep emotional bonds without losing stability. Beyond that, things get blurry, overwhelming, exhausting. And when that happens, your inner world becomes like a house with all the windows open. Anyone can walk in, rearrange the furniture, and leave you confused about what belongs to you anymore.
That explains why humans look exhausted after parties. Too many windows.
Exactly. We try to stay open to everyone and end up hearing ourselves less and less. The soul closing the door is not selfishness. It's self-preservation. It's the moment you realize your peace has value. Your boundaries matter. Your inner world deserves protection. There's a phrase monks use: guarding the heart. They say the heart is like a garden. If you let everyone walk through it, nothing grows. But if you choose carefully who enters, the garden becomes a sanctuary. Writers echo the same idea. Your inner circle shapes your story. They determine your emotional climate, your growth, your direction. Your identity is not built in crowds. It's built in the quiet presence of the few people who see you clearly. And even in modern science, the pattern repeats. Humans thrive not with 100 connections, but with a handful of genuine resonant ones. The soul chooses based on resonance, not appearance. Based on inner alignment, not social status. It recognizes the people who don't ask you to shrink, who don't demand masks, who don't drain your emotional battery.
So my soul isn't glitching when I prefer 3 people and hide from everyone?
In a way, yes. Emotional energy is real energy. There's also something deeper, something almost spiritual. When the soul shuts the door, it's not rejecting the world. It's creating space to hear itself again. Because when too many voices speak into your life, your own voice becomes a whisper. Your intuition gets blurry. Your values get mixed with the expectations of others. But when the door closes, even gently, you begin to recognize the sound of your own thoughts again. You feel which relationships feel like peace and which feel like pressure, which people help you expand and which ones make you fold inwards. And slowly, you begin to understand something profound. You don't need a whole audience to feel whole. Just the right few.
Or in my case, just Alex and a bowl of clean water.
That's your inner society. Small, but loyal. And here comes the beautiful part. When the soul chooses, it doesn't choose perfectly, but it chooses honestly. It chooses based on what feels real. It chooses what allows it to grow. It chooses what feels safe enough for truth. And shutting the door doesn't mean never opening it again. It simply means the soul is no longer available for chaos, no longer open to noise, no longer accepting every invitation into its emotional space. It is choosing depth over volume, presence over popularity, connection over performance. This is not loneliness. This is alignment.
So the soul basically says, less people, more peace?
Yes. And in that peace, something finally has room to grow. Yourself. So maybe the soul selecting her own society isn't a dramatic act at all. Maybe it's the most natural, intelligent thing we do as humans. A quiet, internal decision that shapes the entire architecture of our emotional life. Because at the end of the day, you don't need everyone. You just need the right ones. If you've ever felt this shift, this quiet choice, tell me about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us as we explore more of the why behind our inner world.
Small society, big wisdom. Let's keep going. And if your soul has ever slammed the door instead of gently shutting it, I want that story too.